Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Eastern Washington University Recreation Center for the season opener for the Eastern Washington Eagles taking on the visiting Montana Tech Orediggers. A little bit of a technical issue here early on, but we are back and at it. My name is Tyler Pisani. I am joined by my color guy tonight, Gary Allen. Gary, how are you?
I'm doing good, Tyler. How are you doing? I'm kind of interested with the Orediggers. They're big and they're fast, so it'll be an interesting game because Eastern looks like they're a little quicker this year also.
They are a bigger team than Eastern usually faces, at least at this point in the year. A lot of kids coming down from Canada. They've got about 12 kids from Canada. I lied. I can't count. They've got 9. But still a big junior squad or former juniors players for Montana Tech. Eastern Washington, a big start here to the season with a brand new coach, Pat Hanlon, a brand new assistant coach, Chris Watkins. Pat Hanlon, formerly the assistant coach for the British Columbia team here on campus. Chris Watkins, formerly a player of that team. They have this place packed tonight. The University Recreation Center holds about 1,000 people. A shot and a goal on the power play.
Brock just made one heck of a move for the Orediggers. He did a nice deke and let the defense was standing. But again, it's the first game out, and so you're going to have a little rust on yourself. But that was a nice move. That was a very nice move.
That was, and in goal tonight for the Eastern Washington Eagles, it is sophomore Jake Bowen. He got the call tonight. I know Pat Hanlon going back and forth this week over who he wanted to start in net tonight between Tegan Ball and Jake Bowen, and Bowen, the sophomore, getting the nod tonight.
A nice move by Pearlie. He's going around people. He's skating really hard tonight. I picked him up at the start of the game, and he's moving really well.
And there is Bowen, who gets a little handsy there after the play. As a player skated right through there. But you are, Pearlie, a bigger player than on the defense here for the Eagles. Somebody that can really stand up to some of these forwards of the Orediggers.
What I'm looking for this year, Tyler, is like last year's Eastern team, and you and Nin mentioned it a few times last year, is that when they got down, they lost a lot of momentum. It'll be interesting this year if they fall behind to see if they corrected that issue, because that really harmed them last year in that tournament.
Well, and this is definitely the game that they're going to have to do it in, giving up that early power play goal. That goal coming off the stick of Nick Warman, the assist on that goal to Brady Young. But Eastern Washington really looking to open up with a win tonight and tomorrow, maybe get their first 2 wins on the board here this weekend. A full house here in Cheney with the puck now. We've got Jeffs, who absolutely levels Brady Young, who had the assist on that goal. Young thought he was going to come in and level Jeffs, and Jeffs just put his forearm out there. And Young ended up down there on the ice.
Well, you can start seeing now the body work is picking up more and more and more. I think the pleasantries are over now. They're going in at 9 minutes into the game.
And I would agree with you there. On the ice now for the Eagles, the captain, Zach Minderman, also out there. Keegan Otness. We've got Tyler O'Donnell, a converted goaltender, his first year at defense for the program. Shane Smith taking the face-off, and Sam Gilming, a freshman, on the right wing. Smith wins the face-off. O'Donnell along the boards, back to Minderman. Minderman feeds it ahead. Here comes Smith. Smith knocked off of his skates by twos. Eagles still with possession through the neutral zone. Minderman pushes it ahead. Smith with some heavy forecheck pressure, now near side to Warman. He had the last goal, brings it into the Eagles' end. A nice soft toss towards the goal, easily dealt with by Bowen. Warman loses it at his feet. Smith trying to clear it up and out. Minderman finally gets it into the neutral zone. And Maiko there to knock it right into the skates of twos. And now here come the Diggers. A shot from the far side by Young, well off the mark. Puck all the way back up into the neutral zone. Minderman and Cobber, two very large players colliding there directly in front of us.
If you notice, it's looking like the Orediggers are really trying to go more physical now. They're skating really well, and they're using the body almost every play, especially in the corner and the neutral zone.
Well, and it's, before we got on the air tonight, a big pregame ceremony for the Eagles to get this home crowd into it, and that goal really kind of turned the tide for the Orediggers and put the momentum on the sticks of Montana Tech.
There's no question, Tyler. You hit that on the head. There is a large crowd here tonight. It's probably one of the biggest ones I've seen from last year to this year. It's a nice crowd here.
This is, and I know the team wants to continue this and maybe put on a good show for the hometown crowd. Right now with it, Thrall winds up, takes a shot well wide of the mark, almost knocked off of his skates by Boring. Late offside call. Picking it up is Boring. Boring makes a move, cuts to the far side. He's got a man in front of him. That's Purley. Boring going to bring it all the way in. Backhands right across the front. He was looking to get that rebound out to Purley, but Purley over-skating on the far side. And now here come the Diggers. With it on the far side is Stremka. Now turnover in the neutral zone for the Eagles. Purley has it off of the wall, all the way back to Bowen. On the far side is Peterson. Peterson at his skates. He's going to play it off the wall. Can't get it up and out. And now back to Tyler Stremka.
Having a nice little scrum in the corner right now.
Now that one put up and into the netting by Colin Purley. We've had one penalty for each team so far. Penalty on the Orediggers. That was Ralph Thrall. He sat 2 minutes for slashing. And then sitting in the box was Andrew Grimm when the Diggers were able to find the back of the net on the power play. So far, Montana Tech able to kill off their one, Eastern Washington. 0 for 1 on the season with a man down. And a whistle, and then a big hit after the play. And I've seen a hit like that before. And now we've got some action down in the corner. Throwing the first punch is Warman. And I couldn't see who that was with. I want to say that was Peterson that he wanted to drop gloves with. Warman, a very clear punch. And no, I'm sorry, that's actually Trevor Zakrajcek. He grabs Zakrajcek by the mask and actually threw a punch. I'm surprised, actually, that neither one of these players getting sent back to the locker room so far, as Warman, the goal scorer, actually threw a full-on punch there in the corner. And according to the ACHA rules, a punch should send you to the locker room, but we're not going to see that for either player here. We'll see what penalties come of this at the 11-minute, 6-second mark of the first period.
Zakrajcek definitely took exception to how the Orediggers are treating his players, and he just came right instantly, got into the face of Montana Tech's players, and he definitely took exception to it.
Well, and it was that hit after the whistle by Warman. That wasn't necessarily a big hit. That's almost the kind of a hit you see in mites when they forget how to stop.
Yeah, it's almost like, excuse me.
Yeah, they just didn't, neither one of them really stopped. But Zakrajcek really did take exception to that. I believe they're giving a 5-minute to Zakrajcek and just a 2-minute to Zakrajcek and a 4-minute double minor to Warman. So the Eagles are going to be on a power play here in just a moment. Let's see if they play them 4-on-3 or I'm sorry, if they play them 4-on-4 or 4-on-5 here, or 5-on-5. I apologize. Words are hard this early in the season.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting what the extra 2 minutes was for. Unless it was for when he grabbed his face mask. I'm not really sure what they're calling right now. We're waiting for it. The coach from the Orediggers are wondering too what's going on.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to figure out why.
Right now they look like they're changing it.
Oh, now we have a 2-minute here. Or are they going to give him... Oh, we can sit here and speculate all we want, but at the moment there is one penalty. There's one penalty on the scoreboard,
right now I'm wondering if they didn't change it. They had it wrong the first time, but Warman got the 2.
And so they're going to give them coincidental minors and give Warman an additional minor. So Eastern Washington on the power play here. So they'll give him 2 minutes for roughing, 2 minutes for interference. And Eastern Washington now a chance to get back into this one on the power play. Chasing it down into the corner is Browning. That's sent back up towards the blue line. Picking it up is Boring. Boring tries to get it back to Browning, but can't. A turnover there, and the captain of the Orediggers coming the other way. That is Doug Abbott Jr. He's going to fire a shot right into the glove of Jake Bowen. And right now, I can say that Jake Bowen has taken to heart some of the, I don't want to say criticism, but some of the teaching that Pat Hanlon has given him. I know that last year, Jake Bowen, when he would let in that first goal, the next couple shots, he was a little bit timid. And he's made 2 great glove saves since he let that goal in.
Yeah, he's definitely bounced back real heavily. And that first goal was a good shot. There was no question. That was a good move and good shot, so it wasn't really his fault. That was just a nice placement of the puck.
Now here comes Boring. He's going to take it up the far side. 2 men in front of him, 3 men now. Picking it up is Purley. Purley's going to skate it down the low wall. Kick it behind the net, still with the puck. Finally knocked off of it. A turnover there in the attacking end for the Eagles. A chance at numbers for the Diggers, but now here come the Eagles again. Ouellette, he finally gets it ahead, just barely. Back to Ouellette, right out front. A shot right into the chest of the goaltender. Thompson now, players all over the ice. A shot put on net by Minderman. There's a player down right inside of the crease. I believe that was Ouellette. Ended up on top of the goaltender.
I'm a bit surprised that the ref didn't roll his arm. I thought it looked like a cross check, but it was close inside the net. I'll tell you who's really impressive right now for Eastern is Perryman. He is just, or Purley, excuse me. He is skating extremely well. He has a nice burst of speed, so he's someone to definitely keep an eye on.
And taking a look at the netminder for the Montana Tech Orediggers, 5'11", left-handed goaltender Max Lucas from the Tri-Cities, a Kennewick native. On the far side now, Eastern Washington looking to set something up, fired right out front. A chance for the Eagles, but they can't find it on their stick. Backhanded now by Shaw. He's still got it behind the net. It bounces away. Giving chase is Maiko. He's got Smith up the wall. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Maiko going to try and skate it out front. He has it taken away. Smith can't get to it, and now here comes Abbott. Abbott has it knocked away. A good pick off there as he came into the attacking zone. That one pushed ahead and sent back down the ice by Plustra.
Jeff did an extremely great job of making the Orediggers go around him, and he just took the body on the guy, let the puck go. That was a nice play.
Good movement there by Minderman. A big hit there behind the net as Clark tried to feed it out front. He lost his footing, and the Orediggers made him pay for it. On the far side now, Peterson. He's knocked off the puck by Cobber into the neutral zone. That one's going to head back. Now Peterson, he's got a chance to get to it. He decides to play the body, and both number 20s end up down on the ice. That's Peterson and Cobber. That one back out front, passed up top. A shot doesn't make it to the net by Treibke. Treibke with it again. And some big hits here tonight already with 6 minutes remaining in the first period. Grimm sends it on the far side. Now back behind his own net. Bowen takes a look at it. Picking it up is Grimm. Grimm looks one way, goes the other way to the far side. He feeds it ahead just as Nathan Clark gets knocked off of the puck. Stevenson takes it back into his own end. Stevenson through the neutral zone. Back across, up across the neutral zone. Ouellette fires a shot. Knocked down. Stevenson with it now. He feeds it right out front. A good pass. A wind up. A shot right out front. Ouellette takes a shot. Wood, rubber, twine, and the place is on fire. The Eastern Washington Eagles have tied this one up. 14:31 into the first period. Morgan Ouellette, the coach of last year. How fitting is it that he scores the opening goal of 2017?
Well, what was really nice, the trailer from Eastern was following the whole way. With a left-handed goalie, it came out. exactly the way he was trailing. So it looks like Eastern's making an adjustment because you don't see a lot of lefties in the net, and that changes the whole scheme of things. And he did a nice job of trailing it. He definitely was looking for a rebound.
He did, and I assume that an assist there will go to Stevenson. An interesting pedigree there for.
I was wondering how long it was going to take Eastern to adjust to having facing a left-handed goalie, because it does changes all the schemes that you're looking at, because you do not see left-handed goalies in any league.
Yeah, that's definitely something that is a rarity. And look at that, Ouellette again. He takes a shot, but this time right into the glove of Max Lucas. And as I was saying about Brendan Stevenson, from the other side of the state, the Seattle area, his father actually played for the late 90s Devils, Turner Stevenson.
Oh, really?
He was, and actually was my little fanboying here. That was my favorite team growing up, was the late 90s Devils, mostly because of Martin Brodeur, but Stevenson was no slouch to watch either.
His dad was an excellent hockey player in the show. He was a very good hockey player. But I'm noticing in this period as it goes on, which has been about 15 minutes now, Eastern's picking up the body. They're matching Montana Tech, and it's very fascinating to see a change in momentum right now. It's almost just going toward Eastern's area.
Well, and it's nice that the Eagles were able to capitalize there in the first period, and now they have to continue to ride that momentum as we head into the first break.
Definitely a different team than last year, because they would have been down and it would have taken them a long time to get back. These guys just came right back and charged in, and that was nice to see.
And we have 4 minutes, 21 seconds remaining in this first period. Eastern Washington just tying it up off of the stick of Morgan Ouellette. And now a good move by Thompson. He leaves it behind for Browning. Browning tries to get it back to Thompson. A scrum in front of the net. The puck's still loose, and now finally Thompson is knocked off of the edge of the net. And who is that? That is a very angry Ordigger, Baron Culver. He thought that that Browning may have gotten a little bit too close to his goaltender.
Well, and Thrall wasn't real happy with him either, because he decided to let him know like he did not appreciate him being by the netminder. But watching the game now, these teams are right now so far are very evenly matched. Now, I don't know if that'll change in the next two, but they are playing extremely well. And it's hard to say someone's getting the upper hand right now.
And that one, face-off won by the Orediggers. The captain, Abbott Jr., now feeding it ahead, coming into the Eagle zone. Numbers for the Orediggers. Two men out front. A shot, a good save by Jake Bowen. And now Jeffs and... That is Jeffs and Thrall. This time Thrall getting involved with the Eagles netminder as he landed on top of Bowen, and Bowen wasn't extremely happy. Jeffs actually reaching down and pulling Thrall off of his goaltender, but the officials having a conversation with Bowen. I'm assuming that has something to do with Bowen maybe holding on to Thrall a little bit too long.
That's true. That was an excellent save by Bowen. He was screened at first, and he picked it up. You could see him looking around it. That was a superb save by him.
And you always hear that phrase, instinctual save, and that absolutely was. He saw the puck, and he had to make sure that he didn't get it. He didn't let it in.
No question about it.
Now picking it up on the far side is the Eagles. From the far side point, taking that shot was Tripke. Now Minderman with it. He's on the low wall. He fires a shot well into the corner. Smith going to be there to pick it up, but he's got to get past Tripke, and he cannot. Tripke puts Smith into the wall. Smith readjusting his helmet, and here comes the puck in front of us. Jeffs feeds it back to Minderman. Minderman between his legs to Stevenson. Stevenson now with a stick wrapped around his body, still able to hold on to that puck. A good move there by Stevenson. He's making everybody miss. He's going to take it right to the goal mouth, skating through three of them.
Shoots and scores! What a move
by Brendan Stevenson. He skated through every single Ordigger on the ice and took it right out front and found the back of the net to put the Eastern Washington Eagles ahead 2-1 in the home opener of the ACHA season.
Defense was totally unconscious on that. That was incredible. He had to go around at least 4 Orediggers, and he just left them. He left like they were standing still. That was an excellent play.
That is the type of play that I know head coach Pat Hanlon has been asking these players to make. Get the puck on your stick and do something with it, and you can't do much more with it than finding the back of the net.
No, they'll be showing that on tape. They'll be showing this is how it's got to be done. And that was in tight, too. That was so it wasn't an end-to-end rush. So that was a nice job of movement.
And they're going to give the assists on that goal to Minderman and Maiko, their first of the season, first of the night, obviously. And a good move there coming through the neutral zone by Boring, but he couldn't get it back to his own man. And with 2.5 minutes left, the Eastern Washington Eagles are leading the Montana Tech Orediggers 2-1.
But I'm with you, Tyler. I've been watching the goalie Bowen a lot, and he is playing with a ton of confidence this year that I did not see previously out of him. He is standing up, and he's doing a very nice job in net for Eastern.
Well, I know him and Ball have gotten a lot closer over the last 12 months, just coming into this season. And I know that's had a lot to do with it. But
nights they'll work together off of that one. Maybe they're pushing each other.
And a good move there by Shaw, picking up the puck in the corner behind the Orediggers' defense. He almost caught them sleeping.
That was an excellent play by Jeff. He stood his ground, and the Oredigger couldn't get around, and that was a nice job.
And we do have to say a special thank you to the Holiday Inn Express Cheney. They are the official hotel sponsor of your Eastern Washington Eagles Hockey Club. You'll find the comfort and convenience you need at Holiday Inn Express Cheney on the corner of Betts Road and Highway 904. 1:45 to go here in the first period. The Eagles leading 12-1, out shooting the Diggers 12-8 so far. I'm sorry, leading 2-1, out shooting them 12-8 here in this first period. And Minderman can't get back to it. Picking it up is Cobber. Cobber fires a shot at the net. Now picking it up on the far side is Thompson. With it behind the net is Stevenson. He scored the last goal. He has it taken away, but good defense there by the big man. Near side now to Abbott. Abbott Jr. fires it. Doesn't get to the net and picked up by Minderman. A spinning wild shot fired by Frock, who was just barely wide of the net. A swing and a miss there by Thompson, but he gets it ahead to Browning. Browning's got Minderman trailing, tries to leave it to him. 1 minute left in the period. Browning now picking it up in the neutral zone. The Eagles have the Orediggers out of their sorts. They look all out of place. No shape there on defense. The Orediggers definitely are going to need this breather here in 45 seconds.
Well, it's nice to see what Eastern's doing. They're playing positional hockey, and that's what's messing up the Orediggers right now. They're expecting them to run around, and Eastern's not. They're staying in their lanes, and they're doing an excellent job of it.
Now on the far side, picking it up is Culver. Some pushing and shoving behind the play. And we're going to see a penalty called on Boring, I believe, for a hit behind the play. The fans here love it. I know the coaches hate that.
There's no question about that. He'll have a chit chat with only 24 seconds left. Take a penalty like that. You just store it in your memory and pick and choose better than what he just did right there.
1936 of the third period, or of the first period. That is Hayden Boring. A new addition to the team, but not a new addition to Eastern Hockey. He played for the British Columbia team in the BCIHL last season. We'll see exactly what he gets called for. I would assume it's a rough or an interference. And a shot and a goal just 8 seconds into that period, or into that penalty, and that makes it even worse for the Eagles and for Boring, really.
And that is why the coaches really dislike late in the game penalties, because Eastern had all the momentum. The Orediggers were just skating around. They were trying to regroup, and they could, and now, even it up, the momentum will be even. But right now, with 15 seconds left, Eastern just needs to get out of this and regroup.
And winning the faceoff is the Eagles. They had the lead here for a moment, but it doesn't look like that is going to be the case heading into the break. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is going to do it for the first period of hockey here in Cheney, Washington. Again, another late hit there by Warman. This one not as late as the last one. And like I said, the first one wasn't necessarily that big of a late hit. It just happened to be at the wrong place, wrong time there. Well, as the Eagles head to the locker room, we're going to step away and let you enjoy the sights and sounds of the Eagle bouncing across the screen here. But we will be back with more Eastern Washington Eagles hockey coming your way in about 20 minutes. Stick around. You're watching Eastern Washington University hockey on YouTube. And welcome back to Eastern Washington University and the University Recreation Center for this opening game of the ACHA season for the Eastern Washington Eagles. My name is Tyler Pisani. I am joined by the one and only Gary Allen here at ringside.
I'll tell you right now, Tyler, this game is as good as the first period. Fans are listening to this right now. If you can make it out here tomorrow, you will be in for a treat, because this has been an excellent hockey game, especially for an opener. I mean, they are not missing a beat right now. Eastern looks really, really soft. So does the Orediggers. They're playing well.
And this is a completely different team than what we expected to see coming into this, or maybe not expected to see, but what we're used to seeing out of the Eastern Washington Eagles. Last year, these two teams played to a 4-1 defeat for the Eagles. So far, 4 goals, but evenly split 2-2.
Yeah, and my understanding was I missed that Orediggers game, and it wasn't even, the score wasn't indicative of how much the Orediggers dominated them. But Eastern definitely looks like a whole different club this year right now, and it's good to see they're playing extremely well.
Oh, absolutely. And here we have the Eagles heading back out onto the ice for this second period. It'll be a long change for the Eagles and the Orediggers as they will flop sides. Eastern Washington's goal going to be in the attacking end, which that's going to cause a different dynamic here for these teams, as it always does in the second period of most hockey games.
Again, it has been interesting to see how Eastern's adjusted to a left-handed goalie, because that is a rarity, and it's not as easy as you think. Okay, just change your shot. No, your whole angles are different. The way you come into the net is different, and they've done a nice job of picking that up.
And let's talk about the teams on the ice right now to start the second period for the Orediggers. You've got Alex Cobber also out there, number 18, Connor Frock, joined by Baron Culver, Ralph Thrall, and the captain, number 3, Douglas Abbott Jr., and still in net, number 1, the left-handed goaltender we've been talking about from the Tri-Cities, Max Lucas. On the ice for the Eagles, number 21, Colin Purley on the left side. On the right side, Morgan Ouellette, and in the center, number 2, in the center, it's Trevor Zakrajcek. On defense, we've got Hayden Boring and Tyler O'Donnell. O'Donnell, an interesting story there, as he played goaltender for the BCIHL team here on campus each of the last 3 seasons. Decided that he wanted to try and skate out, so came down here to play against some schools that you may have heard about: Montana Tech, University of Washington, Oregon. Those are all teams that are coming here to the URC this year, along with Montana State, the rest of the NPHC, Western Washington University, Portland State, and Idaho. Bouncing puck, Bowen takes it, save, and then was he able to save that again? I don't see an indication. What a shot, or what a save, I mean, by the young man.
He definitely held his ground on that. He tracked it really well. That was a very nice save. But it's interesting you're talking about last year's goaltender. I mean, he skates extremely well. And not that most time goalies can skate really well, but he doesn't look like he's played anything but out in front of the net. He's doing a nice job.
Now a good face-off win by the Eagles. Minderman now, he's going to bring it across the blue line, feeds it ahead to Maiko. Maiko, he tries to get it but can't, as that is Onstadt that picks it up. Now with it on the far side is Maiko. He's going to feed it down low. Smith and Onstadt. Smith able to knock it away from Onstadt to Minderman. Minderman back to Smith. Now on the far side, Stremka. Tyler Stremka feeds it up into the neutral zone. That's going to go the length of the ice. And yes, icing. That is the call. We have 18:48 to go here in the second period. Thank you for joining us from the Eastern Washington University Recreation Center. 12 shots on goal for the Eagles, 10 for the Orediggers so far.
And it is interesting watching these two teams converse. They look like they know each other, and it's not trash talking. It's like they know each other, but when the play gets into action, they just kind of like forget who they are. It's an interesting dynamic out there right now.
And some heavy stick work there by the Orediggers in the defensive zone. Stevenson feeds it down around the boards. He had the second goal for the Eagles. A heavy skate by Maiko. He gets to it, fires a shot off of the chest of Lucas. And the Eagles not able to hold it in. Stevenson now skates back towards his own blue line, feeds it ahead to Maiko. Maiko, he's going to feed it near side to Minderman. Minderman whacks it into the corner. It's going to ride the boards over to Smith on the far side. Smith can't get it past his man, and now it's dumped right into the Eagles bench.
There's an example of what I was talking about. People not used to having a left-handed goalie because a trailing wing went to the right of the goalie and the rebound went to the left, and so it is interesting, but they're doing a nice job right now of adjusting.
And now with it, Shaw on the face-off and Vlasic. It's a tie up there, but the Orediggers coming away from it, coming away with it. Back into the neutral zone, picking it up now is Gilman. Gilman feeds it ahead to Thompson. Thompson puts it around the back of the net where Tripke picks it up. Browning and Tripke fight for it. Tripke having to go all the way across his own end. Thompson robs him of the puck, and now down on the far side, Shaw, he's going to give Tripke something. Now Johnson, he falls down on top of his own man. Browning with it, he's looking for somebody out front. He can't hold on to the puck long enough to actually do anything with it. Shaw and Boring come together. Shaw with it, fires a shot, bouncing wide left of the net. Picking it up is Twos. Gilming able to keep it in. He's pushed back out of the neutral, or back into the neutral zone. Puck rides all along the boards, and that's going to be icing again. Bowen slows it down behind his own net. If you're out here in Cheney today but not at the game, first off, why? Second off, after tonight's game, you can head on down to the Barrel House Pub and Pizza right there at 122 College Avenue. They are the official post-game headquarters of the Eastern Washington Eagles, and the Eagles will be there after this game. Plus, if you come to a game, you get 10% off your bill just for showing your ticket stub at the restaurant after the game. Face-off coming on the far side face-off dot. 17-13 to go here in the second period. It'll be Grimm and Vlasic on the face-off. Grimm gets it back to his own man. Stevenson, a shot on the ice, kicked away by Lucas, and the Eagles really controlling the momentum here in the second period so far.
Yeah, they're definitely putting forecheck on every play. They do a nice job of back checking. But I kind of concur with you. If you're in Cheney, I would highly encourage you to come out and watch this hockey game and tomorrow, because these two teams are very evenly matched right now. It's been an excellent game.
And here's Stevenson again with that stick work. We watched him skate through the entire defense of the Orediggers earlier en route to his first goal.
He does have a high skill level, there's no question about it. He knows where he wants to be on the ice, and he positions himself well.
Puck knocked away, back on the far side, and again, every time the Orediggers get the puck, they're just sending it down the ice. It doesn't really seem like they've got a plan other than just get that dang thing out of our zone.
Well, that's the forechecking Eastern put it on. They're definitely making a conscious effort to, anytime the Orediggers touch the puck, they have somebody on them.
Now all the way back up top, near side to Boring. Boring fires a shot, knocked down right in front by the stick of an Oredigger. Backhanded now to Purley. Purley thinks about it, gives it back to Boring. Boring down to Purley. Purley fires a shot, shouldered up into the glass by Lucas, now behind the net to Ouellette. Ouellette fighting for it with Thrall. Now coming in there to pick it up is Ouellette. And coming away with it, though, is Tyler Stremcha. I'm sorry, that was Tripke. Now with it is Frock. And O'Donnell, he's got to fight for it, can't come away with it, but Purley, he's got a big body. And as I say that, sandwiched into the board and knocked down to the ice. Now Ouellette has it behind his own net. No, decides to stop. He's got a man down the ice. Tries to fire it ahead, but can't get it any further than Culver. Now ahead to Ouellette. Ouellette right at his skates. He's going to fire it into the far corner, give his team a chance to get fresh skates onto the ice. And Boring looking to use his shoulder, but nothing comes of it. Boring and Culver still pushing and shoving behind the play all the way back in the Orediggers' end. A deflected puck into the corner, now picked up. That is Young. Now with it is Campbell. Campbell fighting for it into the corner with Minderman. Shaw's there as well. And with his stick in there is Young. He gets it all the way back to Culver. Culver thinks about a shot, winds up, fires, hits some bodies out in front. Now the Eagles have a chance with numbers. Minderman, he gets it ahead to Smith. Smith can't hold on to it. Loses it in the neutral zone, and now here comes Abbott Jr. And that one back to Bowen, who just covers it up and gives his team a chance to get a breather.
And looking at both these teams, Tyler, they are evenly matched, but there is one area that Eastern is dominating them in this positional. If you looked at the last time they were in the Orediggers, and it almost looked like Eastern was on a power play because they were in their spots, and Montana Tech was skating around, and it was interesting to see that the positional hockey has definitely improved for Eastern this year.
And a lot of that, you've got to give credit to the man on the bench there, Pat Hanlon, who has quite a coaching reputation back in the Midwest. Won an Illinois state title, I believe, for high school hockey. Also did some college coaching back there in the Midwest. Was an assistant on the Notre Dame women's team at one point. So quite a resume there, and you can see him bring that here to the team in Cheney.
Well, he instills a little old school, I call hockey, where positioning is the key to everything, and Eastern definitely are listening to what he's saying on that, because they're doing an outstanding job of being in their spots.
But last year on the coaching front, there was, I don't want to say turmoil, but it was a little bit up in the air, as they had two coaches throughout the season. Both of them had played on the team the season prior. Morgan Ouellette, actually playing on the team again this year, was the coach for the second half of the team. And it's a little bit harder for guys to get behind. A big hit there by Zach Shaw right in front of the bench, and now here he goes as he's tied up. Eastern Washington coming the other way, and Lucas covering up the puck, but behind the play, right in front of the Orediggers bench, Zach Shaw and Tyler Stremka pushing and shoving. And again, this time Zach Shaw's equipment sent down into the corner by Montana Tech, and the official skating down there to pick it up.
That was a major hit by Shaw. He just laid him out, and that was a nice clean hit. He had his head down for the Orediggers, and he paid a price for it.
13:35 to go here in this period. The Eagles win the faceoff again. Now with it is Zakrajcek. Zakrajcek tries to feed it forward, and that's knocked up into the netting by Alex Cobber. And it was a good hit, and Tyler Stremka took exception to it. Happened right in front of his bench, and really that's an ego killer for you if you're a player to get knocked around right in front of your own boys.
But it was a nice hit, though. I got to give him credit on that. He lined it up really well.
Eastern Washington, another face-off win. This time Stevenson able to keep it in. Grimm in the corner. He's got a man out front. He fires it. And Lucas snatches that out of the air. But again, Maxwell Tripke, he is not a fan of players getting within 5 feet of his goaltender. That's one thing Montana Tech does, is protects the man between the pipes.
Absolutely no doubt about that.
This time Montana Tech on the win, and Lucas covering it up, and again Grimm, this time I think testing his luck, skating right into Lucas as there was another Oredigger within reach.
Well, the Orediggers are just letting him know, don't do it. Don't come around the net. If you do, we're going to hit you. And they're definitely sending that message clear. But Eastern's still going into it, so you got to like that too. It's a good give and take.
The captain Abbott with it now. He's able to bring it up into the neutral zone. Feeds it ahead to his own man Cobber, and then it's sent the other way off of the skate of a player directly in front of us. Now with it, Thrall. Thrall's going to circle back towards his own net, feed it all the way down the ice, and Jeffs is there to break it up. Browning loses his stick. It flies all the way across the neutral zone, and that gives Montana Tech a chance to regain the puck. Here comes Tripke through the neutral zone, near side to far. He's going to try and do what Stevenson did earlier and take on the entire Eastern Washington defense. A good pass out front to Frock, but it didn't quite get through the skates of all the players out front. Gilming now, he surveys the ice, feeds it ahead just behind Ouellette. Now off of the wall. A big hit behind the play on Ouellette right in front of the Orediggers bench. Now Zakrajcek, he's got a chance. It's him and Ouellette. Zakrajcek left, right, top, wood, rubber, twine. The Eastern Washington Eagles are on top again.
That was a nice shot. He went up top shelf, and it was interesting because Orediggers was definitely getting a penalty on him. The referee was going to call it and let the play go. And that was a nice top shelf shot right there, just right over the top of the shoulder. And Lucas didn't have any chance on that one. That was a quick snipe.
And Trevor Zakrajcek, he played for the BCIHL team here on campus over the last couple seasons. Came down to follow Pat Hanlon because he enjoyed his coaching style, played with him a little bit longer, or to play with him a little bit longer. And this is one of the reasons that he came down, because he wanted to be the man that can score just like that.
A nice shot, that's what I do know. And no fall on Lucas, he held his ground. It was just a nice pick.
And not sure what the penalty was, but even after the goal, it was a delayed penalty, but we still see Douglas Abbott Jr. sitting in the penalty box. So we'll see what that was. There's nothing on the board yet. Oh, no, there it is. Now a 2-minute penalty. This one coming at the same time, 7:44 of the first period.
It will be an interesting call.
So Eastern Washington on the power play now. And there's a Abbott 2 for roughing, giving Eastern Washington a power play here with just under 12 minutes to play in the second period. This is their chance to really put themselves ahead here by another goal. Out of his net is Lucas. First time we've really seen him come out from behind, and almost a poor decision. Minderman with it. He's got Smith out front. Tipped all the way to the far side. A shot by Maiko and just wide of the net. That one going to bounce off the wall all the way into the neutral zone. Minderman with it. Backhands it. Just a minute left on the power play. Picking it up now is Onstad. He's going to feed it onto the far side to Tyler Stremka. Onstad, comfortable, wasting some time there. Try and kill out that power play.
That was an interesting call, because usually when they score a goal, he doesn't call it. So I'm not sure if it was going to be a 5-minute at first, and then the referee changed it.
Or if there was something maybe afterwards. Here's Smith with it. He feeds it into the corner. Maybe something after the goal that we didn't see, as we were all caught up in the excitement of an Eastern Washington goal here.
Yeah, it was an interesting call. But one thing you notice with Lucas, he is a stay-at-home goalie. He does look uncomfortable a little bit outside that, but man, he plays well inside that net.
And now here come the Eagles again with 20 seconds left on the power play. Stevenson going to go across the blue line. He's going to take it across the front of the defense. Skated in again. A chance there for the Eagles. A nice backhand there by Ouellette. A chance for the Eagles still on the power play. 5 seconds remaining there. Pearly, Zakrajcek takes a shot, bounces it all the way back down. Bowen out of his goal. Man out of the box. Bowen sends it along the near side wall. Picking it up now is Tyler O'Donnell. He gets it right in front of us. But a turnover. Now O'Donnell with it again, just slaps it back towards the other side. Halfway through this game, 10 minutes remaining here in the second period.
One thing nice about Stevenson's game, he is never flat-footed. He is always moving. He's in motion constantly, and that is really helping his game out tremendously.
A tip there in the center of the neutral zone by Tyler Stremka really negates that. So pushing and shoving there. We're going to see a penalty here on Morgan Ouellette. And then after Blasick stands up, he grabs Ouellette by the helmet. Kind of let him know, hey, I'm still there.
I think we're going to get a cross-check on that one.
And now some more extracurriculars after the play. Tyler Stremka really letting Zach Shaw know that he doesn't like the way that he's handling it. I apologize, the music man here playing the Cops theme as the Eagles head into the box.
Well, right now they're yapping with each other, so it's interesting. Shaw, he's disagreeing with, I think, whatever
actually we see
Culver said.
We see Colin Purley go to the box, and the incident directly in front of us, it was actually Morgan Ouellette who ended up there down on the ground. But Eastern Washington 0 for 2 on the penalty kill so far tonight, so this is not a place that they are comfortable being so far early on in this season. And now 0 for 3, and these have all been very quick power play goals for the Orediggers.
That was a nice play. It looked like Peral just sat in the slot, and an excellent job of getting in the puck. It was a one-time shot. It's tough for Bowen to stop something like that.
For sure, and I can't tell, with as well set up as Montana Tech's power play has been so far today,
They look like they're definitely going with a high slot formatting on that.
Well, and I can't tell if their power play is really that good or if Eastern Washington just really needs to work on their penalty kill, because all 3 of those power play goals have been very well set up. It hasn't been a breakdown in defense.
And they're in the slot. Every one of them, the guy was in the slot. So it'll be interesting to see an adjustment on that.
But as it stands, just under 9 minutes left in the 3rd period, and we're going to see a tied-up hockey game again.
But again, I can't emphasize enough how well this game is being played. The shots 20-15 in Eastern's favor. It is close. It truly is.
Much closer than it was this time last year, or when these two teams played last season. A completely different hockey game we're seeing here today. Off of the wall, that one up to Grimm. Grimm's got 1 man to beat, can't hold on to the puck. Fed ahead now, Grimm's got it, nobody with him. He's gonna bring it in himself, take it to the corner and look for somebody out front. Grimm still with it. A good move by Grimm, able to get it right out front, and a chance there. Grimm still with it somehow. Finally taken down in the center of the zone. Spinning, gives it away. And the crowd there, some big hits in center ice. And now we're gonna see a penalty. I believe it's gonna be on Browning. Even though players were throwing each other at their legs.
I think they might have got Colbert in this too, because he did an awfully high hit.
And actually, that is who they're going to go with. They're going to go, just going to send Alex Cobber there to the sin bin.
Yeah, I didn't see who he ran over, but he definitely ran over the guy.
So that penalty is going to come 11 minutes, 51 seconds into this 1st period. It'll be Cobber in the box. We'll find out for what. But Eastern Washington here, a chance to pull back ahead on the power play. Really, they are their special teams has not been what they've hoped so far. They're 0 for 3 on the power play, 0 for 3 on the penalty kill.
That's no question of strength of the Orediggers. They have a nice penalty kill system developed, and it's really difficult to get a shot through.
Absolutely. And it helps when you win the face-off, as the Orediggers just did. They're going to say 2 minutes for kneeing for Cobber. All the way back to Bowen. He's going to hold on to it, leave it off for his own man, Boring. Boring off the wall, pushes it ahead. A stop there by Purley. He's not able to hold on to it, and now here comes Ouellette. Holding up the line is Zakrajcek, and they're going to say that he didn't hold up long enough. Zakrajcek waited on the neutral zone side of the blue line, but must have taken a step just a bit too early. So we'll have an offside call at 7:47, 1:28 left on the power play for the Eagles.
It is interesting with the Orediggers penalty kill. It almost looks like off the face-off they're trying to get a break. And they do that first, and if they don't get it, they go back into their spots.
And now that is Boring. Boring backhands to Ouellette. Ouellette forward to Zakrajcek, and then gets hit after he gets rid of the puck. Stevenson holding off a man. A one-handed pass there to Zakrajcek. And Stevenson back with it. Ouellette now. 1:10 left on the power play. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson backhands it along the wall. Zakrajcek has to chase it. Zakrajcek loses it, and that's going to go back down the length of the ice where Bowen's going to pick it up. Bowen now feeds it ahead to Boring. Boring surveys the ice, sees he's got a man up top. That's Stevenson. Backhands it to Boring, a no-look pass. Boring across the line. Back now to Purley. Purley fires a shot on net right into the glove of Lucas, who standing up makes that save with 41 seconds left on the penalty to Cobber. 6:59 left in the 2nd period.
It's interesting looking at Montana Tech. There's no I am convinced now what they're doing on their penalty kill. They're thinking offense first. If it's there, they're shooting the zone, and if it's not, then they go back into the defensive format. That's an interesting style of play.
Now with it is O'Donnell at the near side point. He's going to feed it down to Minderman. Minderman looking around, gets it back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell right up top to Jeffs. Jeffs back down to Minderman. Minderman loses it, but gets it on all the way to the far side. Smith out front, swing and a miss. Jeffs now, a big windup, but gets more ice than puck on that one. Minderman going to come around the near side, can't hold on to it. Less than 20 seconds left in the power play. And a good save there by Jake Bowen again, as the captain, Doug Abbott Jr., took it all the way around, went around Jeffs, fired a shot, and Bowen read that one perfectly.
That was an excellent save by Bowen. But again, there was the Orediggers. They went end to end, thinking offense right off the bat. There was no hesitation on the guy's spot, and the other three guys laid back on it. I like that style of play.
Still 18 seconds left on the penalty for Cobber. O'Donnell has it. Eastern Washington content holding on to it, not looking to push forward too quickly. Jeff's behind his own net. He's going to take it on the far side. He's got Minderman right up top, and that's where he goes with it. Minderman off of the wall ahead to Smith. Smith can't hold on to it. Now he gets it. Smith knocked down, and picking it up is twos. O'Donnell, he's going to feed it ahead. Myko offside, so he couldn't touch it. Minderman can't hold on to it, and now with it is Young. Young feeds it all the way back down. Bowen's going to slow it down. O'Donnell has it off of the low wall. Picking it up are the Orediggers. A shot right out front, and a good take by Brady Young, and another good save by Jake Bowen, who now has 15 on the evening. This one now fed down low. Wind up, shot by Tripke. That's going to be wide, and picking it up on the far side is Onstott. Onstott makes one man miss, brings it to the center, fires a shot high off of the glass, and now down low is Tripke for the Orediggers. A good move off of the wall by Smith, but he can't get back to it before Tripke. And now we have Jeffs. Jeffs through the neutral zone, brings it in, and that's going to be offside, as they're going to say the player wasn't back onto the bench just yet. Smith not able to get his skates off of the ice quick enough. 5:11 to go here in the second period, and what really is maybe one of the better hockey games I've seen in this building over the last 2 seasons.
This is a well-played game, and I've noticed one thing Bowen's doing this year too, his rebounds are a lot nicer this year. He's getting them off to the side or to his own player. They're not glaring, just sitting in front of the net.
Much better vision for the sophomore in net this year. Gilming off the wall up to Browning. Browning holding on to it. He's going to push it ahead. Shaw can't hold on to it. Shaw trying to knock a man into his own bench. Feed an Oredigger to the Wolves there. Shaw was trying to, but couldn't make it look nice. He finally had to give up, chase the puck. He's still a Bulldog, still has that chasing the puck. And Shaw, he is very angry at Thrall. And no penalty to come of that. Shaw is a one-man wrecking crew out there at the moment.
Well, he's definitely going to let people know he's out there. There's no question about that. He's hitting anything.
Gilming knocked off of the puck by Young. Young feeds it out front. A good defensive stand there by the Eagles. Back into the neutral zone it goes to Onstott. Giving chase is Frock. Browning can't get a hold of it. Gilming on the far side, or near side, I'm sorry. And then Gilming knocked off the puck, but still playing there from his hind end, right on the center of the Eagles logo. Giving chase now into the corner is Boring. Boring, a big hit there into the corner on him. That's going to be an icing call with 3:47 left in the second period. 3-3 all tied up, almost equal in shots as the Eagles have put up 21. The Diggers just 20 so far.
Well, the game's definitely picked up on the physicality. There's no question about that. And if you just look at Eastern, is it Shaw? He's just hitting everything. It doesn't matter.
A shot deflected just off of the net by Abbott. And a good move there, and now here come the Eagles. Here comes Clark. He's got one man to beat and can't get around him. Abbott, a good job there.
Excellent job by Abbott. He stayed at home. He made sure that Clark made his move first before he did anything.
And there was a delayed penalty coming against the Orediggers. We'll see who that was against. They're pointing over at either Young or Campbell. Oh, I apologize. Look at that. It's actually Baron Culver, Eastern Washington, trying to make something happen on the special teams. 16:30 gone in the second period. So this will be Culver. We'll find out why in just a moment. But again, the Eastern Washington Eagles on the power play here in the second period, their fourth power play of the game. And a good reach there by Purley to keep that in. A bouncing puck just wide of the net. Roulette has it. He's going to give it back to Purley. Purley thinks about it, fires a shot just off the mark. And they're going to say Culver 2 minutes for hooking. Right out front, a good move by Zakrajcek on his knees. What a shot, but doesn't quite make it all the way to the net. Stevenson trying to use the body there. Zakrajcek has it back to Stevenson. Stevenson's got a man out front, and Thompson can't quite get it to him. Minute 25 left on the power play. Thompson now fires a shot, shoots, and scores! John Thompson puts the Eagles back on top. And finally, the Eagles able to convert on the special teams. John Thompson makes it 4-3 in favor of the hometown Eastern Washington Eagles.
Well, it was nice to see that Purley went in and did a screen on Lucas, and he had no hope of seeing that puck. That was a nice night. An excellent play by Eastern.
And that's something that that definitely goes unnoticed a lot of the time is the screen out in front. That's nearly as important as the shot itself.
Well, that's what Eastern's doing this year a lot more, is they are setting screens up. They're making the goalie look around them.
Minderman, he's going to put it out front. And they're going to say that Purley actually got a tip on that. So that goal actually for Colin Purley deflected up and into the netting there.
Again, he just plopped himself right in front of the goaltender, and he was trying to look around, so that was a nice positioning on him. But when you were talking about Eastern's difference from last year to this year, one thing that I noticed is this year, again, they're playing positional. Last year, they were more dump and chase, and sometimes they were struggling with the chase part of it, and that's one glaring difference this year. They're playing really well on their lanes, and they're staying home where they're supposed to.
It'll be Minderman against Frock on the face-off circle. The Eagles coming away with it. O'Donnell, he passes it up to his own man. Now it comes right back to him. Thinks about going behind the net now. Flips around and goes the other way. O'Donnell feeds it up into the neutral zone, but right to the skates of twos. The Eagles coming away with it. Smith has it, fires a shot. Deflected right back into the back wall there by Lucas. Some good goaltending by both sides tonight. Now near side is Frock. Frock feeds it right out front. What a defensive stop by Tyler O'Donnell there, able to read where the puck's going. You've got to think that moves like that may have come from his goaltending experience.
Well, one thing I've definitely seen, both goalies are standing their ground. They're doing an excellent job. It's just that there's no cheap goals right now. There have just been some really nice picks.
Minderman fires a shot well off the mark. Maiko down in the corner. He's going to feed it over to Smith. Smith trying to beat out Tripke for it. And he can't. It goes back to Thrall now. Thrall going to bring it behind his own net with a minute and a half left in the period. This is where the Eagles gave up a goal last period. Another big hit there right in front of the Orediggers bench on an Oredigger player. A good move there. A shot. Not sure. Oh, they're going to say that he was offside. A good move there to get around his man by Tripke. But the shot coming after the whistle. 1:20 to go here in the second period. The Eastern Washington Eagles finally pulling ahead again over the Orediggers. A nice tip-in goal by Colin Purley.
I'll tell you, Thrall sure has a nice game for Montana Tech. He is a very good hockey player.
That's something we've noticed so far this evening is Montana Tech. They've definitely got some players that know how to play hockey and have really honed their skills. A lot of people look at this club hockey thing. A good shot there with 1 minute left to go in the period. They look at this club hockey and think that it's just club hockey, but there are some very good players that may have run out of eligibility in juniors, and there's not a D1 program here on this side of the country or in this neck of the woods. The closest one, Arizona State. So really this is the equivalent of D1 hockey for some of these kids.
Yeah, hopefully no one gets the wrong impression of D1. No, there are some players here that definitely have played at the juniors. They have some talent. I think you're right. They ran out of eligibility, but there are some solid hockey players out here on both sides. And that's good to see. It makes it for a very entertaining game because they're so evenly matched right now. It's hard to get a handle up on one of the teams because they're so equal. Very good game right now.
A high dump. That one by Purley, trying to get it to Ouellette but couldn't. Just over 30 seconds remaining here in the second period. The Eagles may take their first intermission lead of the season into the locker rooms here as we tick down towards that second break. And now here come the Eagles again. Picking it up is Campbell.
Both teams are doing a really nice job in the neutral zone. They're not giving much room at all to either way.
And here we come. Back down the ice go the Eagles. Ouellette out front. Ouellette just out of his reach. A chance there at the buzzer.
Big here. We're going to have a problem in the corner here. It looked like, I'm thinking Erickson took major exception, or it could have been Purley, but they did not like
that
how
was
they
actually
treated Ouellette at all.
Trevor Zakrajcek. Not a fan there of what happened. And again, Baron Culver involved in the scrum there towards the end.
And then the coach is talking to him now. Eastern's coach is talking to the ref right now, wondering what happened, because that was a good cross check in the corner.
Yes. So we are going to step aside again as the Eastern Washington Eagles head into the locker room with their first intermission lead of the season. We'll be back in 20 minutes with the exciting third period finale of this game between the Eastern Washington Eagles and the visiting Orediggers of Montana Tech. Stick around. We'll be back. You're watching Eastern Washington University Men's ACHA Hockey on YouTube. Travis should have his around here somewhere.
I know Travis has his charger on him. Oh no, he's down. I just got to get hold of my phone. Scripted it. I mean, this has been a really good hockey.
Yeah, like this is.
I'm not even chewing the horn. This has been a very entertaining game.
Yeah, no, I wasn't kidding. This may be one of the better games I've seen in the 2 years I've been here. Yeah. Okay, so as soon as the game's over, I need you to follow me downstairs. Okay? I'm gonna grab a player of the game.
Yeah. Want me to grab a camera too?
No, we'll use my phone.
Okay.
Let's go Facebook Live.
All right, your phone, Facebook Live. As soon as the game's over. Are we going downstairs or just right at the tunnel?
We'll go through. We'll go down the stairs. I keep doing the same thing. It's game 1.
That's what I figured.
All right.
couple of days ago was that one that he put top shelf, wasn't it? If he could stop scoring, that would be great. Because at the current rate, they're going to keep him.
We have elements. I don't want it.
I know. Nobody does. They didn't even send him back to the A. They're just like, screw it, you're going all the way back to juniors. Put him somewhere. Nope, they're just all the way back to juniors.
Is he a 20-year-old? No. Trade him.
They probably will.
Shittiest team.
They'll probably do what they did to, no, fuck. It's the only one. I felt so bad for both of those guys.
I love Field.
I know, that's what I felt so bad for him.
But now he's the captain of Saskatoon.
He was a captain here.
What?
He was gonna be.
Yes.
But listen, the kid that they...
That's why they gave me a hug. I said, Feldman's gone.
Yeah. What's the kid that... Haluka.
Haluka, yeah.
They're gonna do the same thing with Elliot.
Are you trading him off? He's 20-year-old.
So let's see. We've had... Jesus. So we've had... Our high point's 40 so far. People have watched it for 43 hours. Goodbye. Unreal crowd. Yeah. Right? What? Have you gotten a number yet? Well, like 350 students. All the students are all down here. Like, I think 60 other people, so everybody was like right around 600. I really hope the sponsors are here. I've seen Jared. I saw Jared was here. Mike's not here. Todd's here. We only have 4. This is like this official's first day. Really? Good. Is that why he's not calling anything? This could not have been a better game for this crowd, though. No. What are you saying? This will help with the crowd tomorrow. Where? Do you know where Jared's sitting? That's on me. I'll see him. The old Richmond Park addict? He probably gave away 600 at the fair this weekend. The best part is the BC team sitting right there and we're like, because, so, this guy's from BC. He's BC. He's from BC. He's from BC. They cut him from BC. He was BC's goalie last year. But a completely different player in camp. Yeah, because he's at that's Steve's mom right there. Hey, Bubba. This guy played in the show. Yeah, that's what he said. I was talking about that about 30 seconds before he scored. What, Bubba? Pretty happy that's playing for us. These guys actually go out 46 hours of people watching us so far, just today.
So is it just like it just combines all the connection time per person?
Yeah.
It just combines 46 hours for each person that's watched during the day.
Got one. Just. It's all downhill now. So, But if you trade him, then when they listed on NHL rosters, it's going to be whatever team you play for.
I was saying, a lot of I looked at that damn Seattle goalie who was 17 years old. Holy geez. Oh, did they?
It broke like 5 o'clock today.
Because I tell you, they got some bad goaltending right now.
Yeah. Well, I like Ryan Sear, but I don't know that you can be a goaltending coach part-time at that level. That's probably where they need to start, is getting a full-time goaltender.
And that's what helps with Tri-City. He's got a goalie that owns the team.
So, yeah.
And so that guy was a goaltender, so he could go down there and say, no, that's what you need to do. It'll be interesting if the Chiefs don't play with their roster and they bring in a goaltender. They could be good.
You ready for this?
Oh, yeah, heck yeah.
So, did you see what that Purley penalty was for? Was that scrum at the end, you think?
No.
There's a cry check?
Probably an instigator. My guess is either cross check. No, he was the last guy in, so I bet it was retaliation.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
That's probably why the coach went nuts.
Welcome back to Cheney, Washington, and you can hear the crowd going crazy for the Eastern Washington Eagles as they take the ice for the third period, taking a lead into this third period as they're currently up 4-3 over the Montana Tech Orediggers. I'm Tyler Pisani, joined alongside by Gary Allen. And Gary, so far through 2 periods, we've seen one heck of a hockey game.
This has been a tremendous game, and it doesn't look like an opening game. It looks like these teams have been playing about 2-3 months. I'm impressed, but right now I'm with you. I'm kind of curious. Purley got a penalty at the very end, and that skirmish, and it'll be interesting what they called. EW's coach was not happy with whatever the decision was that the referee made. But no, this has been an outstanding game. And folks, if you can get out here tomorrow to watch this, if you're anywhere near Cheney, do yourself a favor, because these two teams are playing extremely, extremely hard and good hockey right now.
And actually, I think that was Zakrajcek. He's actually sitting in the box there. We've got our rosters a little messed up. Zakrajcek and Purley are backwards on our rosters. But out there on the ice right now to start off the period, Eastern Washington 0 for 3 on the penalty kill so far.
Well, one thing we do
not a place
know,
they want to be.
Tyler, we know this: Eastern has a penalty, and now they got 2 people in the box, so it might have been a major.
No, and we've actually I think there was a concurrent minor, kind of the same situation we saw there at the beginning, as there's a player in the Ordigger box as well. But right now on the ice for the Orediggers, you've got Campbell, Young, Frock, Thrall, and Abbott Jr. on the ice for the Eagles. On the power play, you've got Morgan Ouellette, Colin Purley, Hayden Boring, and Tyler O'Donnell. And here come the Orediggers. And like I said, Eastern Washington has not been great on the penalty kill so far tonight. Or should I say, really, that Montana Tech has been phenomenal on the power play.
I would go with the phenomenal, the Orediggers, because they are playing really well on the power play.
That's going to go back up top to Abbott. Abbott right out front. A shot and a goal, and really that was just Bowen. He thought the puck was going to deflect the other way, lost his skates, and just couldn't get back to it. But as it were, the Eagles now 0 for 4 on the power play. All 4 Tech goals coming on the special teams tonight, coming with that man advantage. And we know what Pat Hanlon's going to work on with his team this week at practice.
There's no question about that. There's a little bit of weakness on that game. But one thing I liked about both these teams, even when they gave up a goal, their play does not skip a beat. They stay at a high level, and that's nice to see. Their emotion is staying pretty consistent.
19 minutes to go here in this period. And they're going to say that was Thrall on the goal there. Right out front. Stevenson, a shot right into the chest of Lucas.
Thrall has had an excellent game for Montana Tech. He has played extremely well all 2 1/4 periods right now. He is definitely a rock for them.
And now we are all even there. It's an 18-minute hockey game here in Cheney. And now with it again, Stevenson, he's going to fire a shot. Bouncing puck deflected up right in front of the net. A good opportunity there for the Eagles, but Thompson just couldn't control it. A backhanded pass by Browning. Swing and a miss by Shaw as he was falling. That's going to be a penalty. Eastern Washington now going to get a chance to go on the power play. They scored on their last attempt. So far, 1 for 4 on the evening with that man advantage, and they'll look to make it 2 of 5 and put themselves ahead again as we see Tyler Stremka head to the box. Stremka going to sit 2 minutes for a hook. And now Eastern Washington with their power play line out there of Minderman, Smith, Maiko, Purley, and Boring. A tie-up on the face-off there by Smith, but coming away with it is Abbott Jr., the captain of Tech. Minderman with it in the neutral zone. He's going to push it just ahead to Smith. Smith backhands it in, but the Eagles not able to maintain any possession here on the power play. And as we talked about, Gary, the special teams has not been their friend tonight.
No, it has not at all. But one thing when you were talking about earlier in the second period, if you look at Abbott, you know he's played upper-level hockey before. That guy has skill all over the place. And so, folks, if you can, come out here because there are some real talented players here. Because Abbott has been all over the ice, and he's very controlled. He has definitely played junior somewhere.
He's a big kid from Butte, Montana, 6 foot, a right-handed defenseman that was named captain of this team this year.
Maybe he was an ex-Rough Rider playing in Butte.
That fed down behind the net. Montana Tech really with much of the control of the puck here with this man deficit, but here comes Smith along the near side. He's knocked off of the puck, knocked off of his skates, but picking it up is Minderman. Minderman fires a shot right off of the shins of the man in front of him, Plustrois.
But you're right, Montana Tech is playing under control on this power. They're not getting rattled at all, and they're staying in their positions really well. And again, Eastern's attacking them on every move, so it's nice give and take right now for both teams.
Now that is Grimm. Grimm's going to turn, and he gets knocked off of the puck. A good save there by Clark to keep it in the attacking end with 30 seconds left on the power play. Browning has it. He's looking for somebody out front. He gets it to Grimm. Grimm fires a shot, but has it turned away. Stevenson able to keep it in, but he runs into Clark, and now the puck all the way back down the ice. It's a foot race, a diving touch by Jeffs, and he trips up there with Thrall, who then goes headfirst into the net and rides that net all the way into the end boards.
That was an excellent hustle play by Jeff. He did a nice job of making sure the Thrall was not even close to the puck. Did a really nice job of positioning on that. One thing I have noticed with Lucas, he's a stay-at-home goalie, but his pad reactions are extremely quick, and his rebounds are real short into the defenseman. He's having a nice game inside the post.
It's Grimm and Frock at the face-off dot right in front of the Eastern Washington bench. Frock comes away with it. Picking it up now is Abbott again. He's going to send it off the wall. Bowen touches it up. On the far side is his own man. Feeds it up, and now here comes Grimm. Grimm's got Browning streaking through the neutral zone. Browning slows up. Grimm tries to get it to him. And now a good move by Clark. He puts it out front. Grimm can't hold on to it. Stevenson with it now uses the backside of his blade. Holds on to it. Finally gets it back out front again. And again this time Browning. Eastern Washington with some good chances here as that power play winds down. Jeff's with it now. Off of the wall to Browning. Jeff's cut towards the center. Browning was looking just to give it right back. And now Jeff's with the hustle play again. He's going to go behind his own net. He loses it, but able to hold up the attack of the Orediggers just long enough to get his own team back. Clark with it now. Backhands it to Stevenson. 15:53 to go in this tied-up game. Stevenson again with that nice stick work. He's very patient with the twig.
He's extremely skilled. There's no question about that.
Clark takes it. I'm sorry, that was Lucas that picked it out of his own glove. Set it down. Now picking it up is Plusqua. And Ouellette, he's trying to catch up to it, but he can't. Tripke gets there first, and now a couple of players coming together behind the play. Thompson trying to hold on to it, but couldn't. A good save there by Jake Bowen with 15-13 to go in regulation here in Cheney, Washington.
This game has a definite different feel to it. It does not look like an opening game. I know I made reference to that before, but I'm just watching how the players are covering up for each other and attacking the play, and that's something you would see after about a month and a half into the season, not in an opening game. It's been very impressive right now.
That one a cover up by Bowen. And here come the Eagles the other way. It's Ouellette. He's got a man in the center. Ouellette fires a shot, and Lucas coming out with the glove, but now you've got some pushing and shoving after the play, as these players, as they have all night, been pretty chippy one way or the other.
Well, Thompson was not happy about something from the Orediggers on that time, and at least he got his emotions under control and didn't do a two-hand swing on him.
Yes. That's all the Eagles need. They need to keep themselves out of the box for the remaining 15 minutes of this contest, because as we said, the power play has not been their friend. Going 0 for 4 so far this evening. A jump there by Minderman. He's not able to hold on to it. A shot from the neutral zone, picked up now on the far side by Stremka. He's going to feed it onto the far side. Now back to Tyler Stremka. He bobbles it for a second and then feeds it over to his own man. Now back into the neutral zone. Coming away with it is Thrall. We've been talking about him all night. He tries to feed it out to the center. He had a man in the middle in Cobber, but couldn't get it to him. Thrall still with it, finally loses it back to his own man, Blasek. And that's going to be a delayed penalty against the Eagles. And we just talked about it. That's something they could not afford to do. They're trying to touch up the puck. And they've touched it a couple of times. You see the Eastern Washington bench, the coaches there, and again a touch. Finally, the play stopped. The Eastern bench was really just calling for them to stop the play. Their players had touched the puck a couple of times, but they had not, the officials had not blown their whistle just yet. And we'll have another issue here for the Eagles, as they're going to go to the box and give up their fifth power play, or their fifth power play. Montana Tech looking to pull ahead for the first time since their opening goal here early on in this one.
I'm not sure where they're going to get Micho on a penalty, but it looked like he did a slew foot on him. And,
they're going to give him 2 minutes for hooking. So Micho going to sit 2 minutes for a hook. Eastern Washington really just needing to kill off this penalty and maybe get some of their special teams juju back. They were able to finally score on the power play. It took them 4 tries. Really, they just need to find a way to slow it down, and that's one way to do it. Maybe just kill the puck and give themselves some breathing room.
Yeah, this is a very important penalty kill for Eastern right now. With only 13:25 left and the game so evenly matched, the next goal could be enough to win this game right now. Very big penalty kill.
Minute 27 left on this penalty, a hooking minor for Micho. 13:20 left in the game. A glove now laying in the middle of the zone. A black glove coming off of the hand of, I believe that was Campbell. Back now with it is Thrall. Thrall's going to feed it up top to Abbott. Abbott thinks about the shot, decides better of it, gives it to the far side. Now back to Abbott. Abbott going to go low to Thrall. Thrall off of the side of the cage. Now back to Thrall. Circles back to Abbott. Abbott up top. Thinks about it. Deflected into the corner. Picking it up now is Abbott. Eastern Washington staying at home right in front of the net. Not really chasing these guys out onto the perimeter. And as I say that, Shaw comes out and breaks up a pass. A good opportunity there for Browning on the breakout, but he couldn't come away with it. And now Browning, a 2-on-1 opportunity. Here come the Eagles shorthanded. They shoot Shaw just wide of the net. A good opportunity for the Eagles there. But they can't get caught here in the attacking zone. And now Browning with it. He's going to turn. Looks to make one man miss. Can't get it past the skate of Abbott. Abbott sends Browning into the wall. 26 seconds remaining on the power play. And Browning skating back to the bench. The Eagles now looking to get a line change on in the middle of this penalty kill. Shaw, a good hit there right in the center of the neutral zone. Coming away with the puck, though, is Young. And Stevenson with it finally sends it back down the ice. It looks like the Eagles may finally be able to kill off a penalty for the first time in this game with 4 seconds remaining. Young with it now. And the Eagles they are able to kill it off, but not out of danger quite yet. And now Minderman back into the neutral zone. He's got Michael in the center. Minderman fires a shot off of the glove of Lucas, and now Smith down into the corner. He tries to get it back to Minderman, past Minderman's skates, and now here comes Michael. He's got to fight on stop for it. Stevenson with it again, skating all around the defense. He feeds it back to Minderman. Minderman fires a shot right into the skates of Onstadt. Pass by O'Donnell just behind Minderman. That's up to Maiko. Maiko ahead to Stevenson. Stevenson, he holds up for Smith, or Smith holds up for Stevenson. A little miscommunication there as the puck went back into the Eastern Washington end. Now with it again is Young. Young fires a shot, deflected before it got there. 11:15 left to go in this third period. These two teams tied up at 4 in the opening game of the ACHA season for either one of them. Now that is Onstadt. Onstadt looks to fire a shot, deflected wide of the net. On the far side, picking it up is Young again. He's going to send it behind the net. There to pick it up is Stevenson. And again, some pushing and shoving behind the net. Coming away with it is Minderman. He tried to play it off the wall. Didn't get it any further than the man directly in front of him. Now coming up the ice is Stremka. Tyler Stremka feeds it down into the corner. Purley off the wall. Now some fighting for it. It goes right out front, not where the Eagles wanted it. Tyler Stremka there, but couldn't get enough of it as Boring was there to knock him off of the puck. That one hits the official in the attacking end for the Orediggers. Almost dangerous there for the Eagles, and now Boring gets it just across the blue line, back into the neutral zone. And now with it is Purley. Purley off of the glass all the way around. Grimm chasing it into the corner, but coming off of the bench to pick it up is Culver. A little bit of sloppy hockey here as we get late into this game. This one may come down to just fitness between the two teams. Clark has it, circles back towards his own net, holds on to it. Pushes it ahead. It's a turnover in the neutral zone as Cobber has it now. Eastern Washington not able to get it past that center stripe. Cobber now to Bowen. Bowen lost it, but Grimm there able to pick it up inside of the crease and maybe save this game for his team.
Outstanding job by Grimm right there. That's heads-up hockey there. There's no question about that. It was a big rebound, but Grimm beelined on it, and he had it the whole way. But one thing you were talking about, the last penalty kill, one thing I noticed what Eastern did differently this time is they stayed at home. They didn't chase them like you were making reference to, Tyler. They did not chase around. They made Montana Tech, they made them work, and they didn't get caught out of position. So there was definitely one big change on that one on the penalty kill on that. But it has been an outstanding game right now. Both teams are playing well. It'll be interesting if one of the coaches calls timeout later in the game to give them a little rest, to get some energy flow back right now. But boy, both teams are playing extremely hard right now for an opener.
And it is a pretty evenly matched game, as you said. 33 shots for the Eagles, 29 shots for the Orediggers, 9:30 to go here in this period. And in regulation of this opener, Eastern Washington, one of the bigger crowds that I've seen for this team over the 3 seasons that I've been here, and they've all stayed. It's one heck of a hockey game so far. A good move there all the way down the ice by Zakrajcek. A cleanup opportunity there for the Eagles. A good move by Zakrajcek down the near side boards, but John Thompson, he just wasn't able to get a handle on it in front of the net, and Lucas able to cover it up.
But Thompson did an excellent job of trailing the play. Again, Lucas did an excellent job of staying with the puck, but Thompson didn't give up. He went for the net, and he almost got it in.
And here come the Orediggers again. That's Abbott behind his own net. Eastern Washington, Browning able to take it away, and now in the corner is Zakrajcek back to Browning. Browning fighting for it in the corner, under the stick of Zakrychek, but a good steal there by Stevenson, and what stick work this young man has, especially in the attacking zone.
But again, you notice he's always moving. He didn't stay flat-footed. He lost the puck that time, but he was moving. He got back into the play and got the puck back. Great motion out of him.
A long ice pass to Browning. Zakrychek picks it up in the neutral zone. He's able to keep it onside, and no, he's not. Boring got held up. Zakrychek got held up as he was trying to come through the neutral zone, and Ouellette coming across the blue line just half a step too early. 8:32 to go here on a Friday night in Cheney.
All I keep saying about this game right now is just outstanding hockey for an opening night. This game has been a nice flow to it.
Yeah, this is a game that you would expect to see late in the season, maybe even at a regional tournament. These two teams are playing that well tonight.
Yeah, no question about that. This is a January, February game type feel.
Bowen gonna wait on the ice. They're gonna say no. They waited a very long time to call that icing off. And Bowen almost caught in a bad position because of that. Abbott now, he's going to fire it into a crowd of players. There's a bunch of people inside the crease, and Bowen wisely covers that up. There was 3 white jerseys and 3 black jerseys all inside of the crease.
Excellent job by Bowen. Look between the legs, even though right now he's getting in the skirmish with them, but that was an excellent job of tracking the puck by him. Again, both teams are exerting a lot of energy right now, but the play has not tailed off. I mean, the level of play has been outstanding throughout.
Just a tick under 8 minutes here in Cheney, Washington at the URC. A stick goes flying, and that's Maiko losing his stick. It's all the way over here in the near side corner. With it now is Boring. He's going to give it back to Minderman. Minderman's got Grimm down the ice. He's going to keep it himself. He's got Smith in the center. Minderman has it knocked away, loses his stick now. The Eagles losing their sticks all over the place. Get those boys some stick-em. All the way back to Boring now. He's going to feed it to Grimm. Grimm tries to backhand it into the neutral zone, but a good job keeping it in by Culver. That's going to be a delayed call. Interference. Eastern Washington has a chance on the power play now.
They're either going to get Culver on that one, or they're going to get Campbell, one of the two.
And that looks like it's going to be Campbell. Eastern Washington now a chance to make their mark with 7:25 left. This penalty coming 12:35 of the third period. It'll be Campbell for interference. Eastern Washington 1 for 4 so far on the power play. Let's see if they can, or I'm sorry, 1 of 5. Let's see if they can make it 2 of 6 here and bring that to an even 33%. Purley has it. He fires it out front. He had Browning there looking for that tip. Well, that was a good read by Lucas coming out there to intercept that one.
But now you're going to start wondering, because the game's been played so hard, if fatigue doesn't play a little bit of factor, because that's why you're seeing a lot of sticks get knocked out of the hand, because people are getting tired out there right now.
That one sent the length of the ice. Bowen comes out, a soft touch to Boring. Boring's got Purley on the far side. Browning on the near, goes to the far side to Purley. Purley now, he's going to feed it ahead to the neutral zone. Touched ahead to Ouellette, and right to the stick of Zakrychek. Zakrychek looking for somebody. He gets to Ouellette on the far side. Point is Purley. Purley's going to fire it on net right out front. A chance there, a shot. Ouellette misses the wide open net. Morgan's going to be hating himself for that one later.
That top shelf was open on that one too, and he went for it. He saw it. He just missed it.
A big hit there by Zakrychek in the corner. And good on the Tech player there. I couldn't see who it was, but good job for holding on to the puck there. Right in the neutral zone, another big hit by Zakrychek.
And they're going to go in the box for that one.
That one, I'm not so sure about that. I see where the tripping call could come from, but Thrall was on top of the puck, and Zakrychek was just trying to find it.
That little bit extra on that second hit he did. I think that's what the referee really caught, and he couldn't let it go by.
And Eastern Washington now, they have put themselves in another predicament. They're going to play 4-on-4 hockey for 59 seconds, but that leaves them all by themselves a 5-on-4 for a minute and 1 second after that. And it really hasn't taken that long for Tech to find the back of the net on any of their power play goals.
No, but if Eastern goes with the penalty kill like they did last time, when they go on it, they stayed at home really well on that one. So it'll be interesting when Montana Tech does to adjust to that.
I'm going to say 2 minutes for slashing there on Zakrajcek for that action out there in the middle. So it's 4-on-4. A lot of open ice there. The Eagles have some quick players out there. Minderman, Smith, Jeffs, and Stevenson. For Montana Tech, they've got some bigger guys out there. They've got Abbott, Plustois, Blasick, and Culver. A good move through the neutral zone by Stevenson. Stevenson a swing and a miss, though. Looking for that head fake to get around Abbott. Now here come the Orediggers. And they're going to say offside as Abbott lost the puck, but Blasick couldn't slow down. A break there for the Eagles, as that could have been a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Diggers.
And I don't think Abbott agreed with the call on there, but it was clearly offside.
He was not happy with that, that's for sure. We want to thank everybody tuning in live today on YouTube for our first official regular season broadcast, brought to you by the Barrel House Pub and Pizza, the official post-game headquarters for the Eagles. Be sure to join them after every home game. Plus, if you bring your ticket, you get 10% off of your bill.
I'll tell you right now, though, Tyler, I give the two coaches kudos on how they have these two teams prepared to play tonight. It's been incredible, the action in this game, and that has to come from the coaching.
Absolutely. And these two teams, they'll play again here tomorrow night, and then they have a 3-game set, I believe, at Montana Tech later on this month. I'm sorry, later on this season. I believe it's in November. With it now is Abbott. He's going to backhand it to Thrall. Thrall back up top to Abbott, and this is that stay-at-home penalty kill we were talking about. A huge shot there, a laser. Back up top now, Thrall. No, I'm sorry, that's Abbott. He gives it to Thrall and off of the post. That one was awfully close. That one looked like it may have been into me. The official says no. Eastern getting away with one there.
Eastern's got to watch Thrall. He is moving along real well. He's almost hiding himself right now.
Good save there. Back to Thrall now, 15 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for the Eagles. Thrall with it. Back up top to Abbott. He's going to go to the other side now. Now back up to Abbott up top. 8 seconds left. He's going to give to Thrall. Thrall looking for that one-timer, Kyler Yamamoto style from the right side. He just couldn't come away with it. Sorry, from the left side. That one right out front, and Eastern Washington able to kill it off again. They got a man in the neutral zone, and that is Zakrajcek. He's got a shot on him. And that one picked up just before he could make another move. Roulette keeps it in. He's looking for redemption right into the glove of Lucas. A good, smart save there by Lucas, holding on to it because Eastern Washington had the momentum coming back the other way.
That was an excellent play by Boring. What he did was instead of going for the puck, he took the man, which opened up the ice. That was a nice heads-up play by him. But again, the play has not went down. It's staying at a very high level, and these two teams have just been battling each other. And I'm not seeing a skip in the action right now with either of them.
There's just over 4 minutes remaining here in Cheney, Washington. The chance here for the Orediggers is they've got numbers, but Stevenson, he's got wheels. He gets back there and clears that one out. Coming away with it is Tyler Stremka. Stick handles for a moment, finally brings it up out of his own end. Feeds it in across the Eagles line, and now he's in a foot race with Jeffs. He's going to beat him out. Tyler Stremka with it, stops, tries to turn. Jeffs is there using his body. A man down next to the net for the Orediggers. That was Plustois. Jeffs has it, surveys the ice, uses the official to feed it ahead to his own man, Ouellette. Just enough of it. Stevenson now. They're going to say hand pass as Browning touched it with his hand, slowed it down just enough for Stevenson, so we'll bring that one back out into the neutral zone with 3 minutes, 21 seconds to go in a tied-up hockey game.
Look how close that is. Shots, 38 for Eastern and 36 for Montana Tech. That's how close this game is right now.
And this crowd, I'd say the building was probably about 80% full at puck drop. It's probably 75% full now.
Oh, that's incredible. The crowd's seeing a great game, though, so why would you leave?
That's very, very true. I know this team worked very hard during the offseason to build up their brand and to show people that they were capable of playing this type of hockey and to get fans aware of it. 4 Orediggers falling all over each other in the middle of their own zone, but still able to come away with it is Blasick. He's going to bring it along the near side, gets it around Minderman, a pass out front. Dangerous, but Nolan Stremka just a couple of steps behind that. Minderman now through the neutral zone. He's going to fire a shot right into the closed legs of twos. Feeding it up now to Minderman. Minderman backhands it all the way around the wall. That's going to give the Eagles a chance to get a line change on with 2.5 minutes remaining in this contest. And we've talked about it. This one may just come down to conditioning, especially after these two teams have played 58 minutes of very, very good, fast-paced, hard-hitting hockey.
Very tight hockey game right now. But both teams are playing still loose, and so that's what's interesting. They're not realizing, they're not feeling the pressure of it. The time is winding down rapidly with them.
Purley has it, fires it into the neutral zone. 120 seconds left here in Cheney. Just out of the reach of Stevenson, but that gets back to Thompson. Thompson, a nice backhand pass to Shaw. Shaw gets it ahead to Grimm, but it bounces right to 2 Eagles, and here comes Stevenson. He's going to bring it across the Orediggers line. Makes one man miss. He's got a man on the far side, and Grimm pushes it out front. Grimm just goes a little bit too deep, but the Eagles still with it. Thompson backhands it to Stevenson. Can't get it. Grimm with it now. He gets it back to Thompson. Stevenson right up top waiting for it. He slaps it down in. The Eagles doing a good job of maintaining possession. Grimm's got 2 men out front. He loses possession. That one off of the official again. These players using him as he's one of the boards here tonight. The 3rd or 4th puck to bounce off of him as teams trying to clear it. Some good defense there from Grimm, but you can tell that his legs are getting tired, not able to keep up with Abbott. Abbott looking to take it the length of the ice. Jeffs gets his stick in there just long enough to disrupt Abbott's skating pattern, knocking him down, but not long enough for a trip call. Stevenson, he gets enough of it to send it around. A shot deflected down right in front of the net. Another big save by Jake Bowen.
Excellent, excellent.
That's going to go the length of the ice. They're going to say no icing. Under a minute to play here. The BCIHL team played a preseason game here last week. That game went to overtime. These boys, I know they don't want to skate for that much longer. Bowen able to hold on to that with 36.1 ticks left on the clock.
What I'm finding interesting, it's hard to pick out one player out of Eastern squad. I mean, you can go down this list. You got Gustin playing well, Clark's playing really well. You could just go on and on and on. Purley is outstanding. Stevenson's played a game of his career right now. It's incredible how these players have stepped up tonight.
Well, and you can say the same thing about the Montana Tech squad.
Oh, no question.
Abbott, Culver, Tripke, Thrall, Blasick. We've said all of their names multiple times tonight. A dangerous puck going on the far side. Thrall with it. We know that he's got a shot. Picking it up behind the net is Frock on the far side. Montana Tech still has it. Onstadt has it. He's looking for a man. He finds Thrall right out front. A shot just wide of the net. Again, 10 seconds left. Eastern Washington looking just to survive here until overtime. It looks like with 7 seconds left on the clock. Some pushing and shoving. And here we go. Blasick and Zakrajcek. Zakrajcek, he's been all over several different players. Zakrajcek giving Blasick a chase. And Zakrajcek quite a bit taller as Blasick coming in at just a 5'5" mark. And usually when you see somebody that small on the lineup chart, they're a couple inches shorter than that in real life.
Yeah, Bowen was giving him a little cheer back too on that, but it's been just a well-played hockey game. That's all I can keep thinking is just a well-played game.
Well, and we have 4.8 seconds before we go to overtime here in Cheney, and it looks like that's where we're going to be headed as that puck bounces up and over the net. 4-4 as we give, as the Eagles give this hometown team a game of their life, really.
I'll tell you one thing, Brady Young almost got that last goal in with 2 seconds left. He did not give up on it, and that was an excellent stop by Bowen. Excellent. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to go into some overtime hockey right now, and I'm going to tell you, if you look at the crowd, no one's left, and every once in a while I see people coming in. If you can make it out here tomorrow night, folks, there's no doubt you will not be disappointed.
Oh, absolutely. Two teams trying to figure out exactly where they're going to go, or exactly how it's all going to work. figure out the next steps. In the ACHA Division II level, there is no shootouts. It goes to an overtime, and if that doesn't solve it, it will end up in a tie. These two teams may, after the way that they've played tonight, they may go to a shootout just to settle it before they come back tomorrow night.
It would be interesting on that one. Now, for some reason, they're shaking hands. Is there something in the rule book that...
so we may not have overtime hockey here in Cheney tonight. This looks like this one's going to end in a tie, 4-4. As these two teams will get an official explanation for you, if not tonight, then at the beginning of tomorrow night's broadcast to let you know what's going on. And in fact, if you head over to the EWU Men's ACHA Hockey Club Facebook page, we're going to go down into the locker room and have a post-game player of the game interview just outside of the locker room. But it does appear that these two teams will head home tonight with a tie. And after the way that these two teams played, I know somebody has to win, but you don't get, if there was ever going to be a tie, two teams that ever played more equal, it would be these two teams here tonight.
That is a definite fact on that, but it's almost anticlimactic.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Somebody should have won this game, but dang, they are so close to each other.
Well, and that makes tomorrow's game even more important. So it's a game that you're not going to want to miss if you can. I know we keep saying get down here to the University Recreation Center at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, we will have another game. It's just $5 to get in if you're not a student. If you are a student, what the heck are you doing not here? It's free for you to walk into this building and watch some of the best hockey I've seen in a long time. But we'll see the players. Salute the crowd that came here. You hear the crowd. They all stuck around. They still haven't left. They knew what was coming. You can see the, we'll say it, there's disappointment in the players' eyes that they didn't get to play in overtime here.
Well, I think there is somewhat of confusion right now because both coaches have went and talked to the officials. I think they were thinking they were going to overtime, and I don't think they understand that there wasn't any overtime. So it will be interesting to get an explanation on that. But I can't agree with you more. You've got to come out and watch these two teams play tomorrow night. This has been one of the best games I've seen in 2 years in any league that I've watched. And I've watched Major, Junior, all the way down to club hockey. Outstanding.
And actually, you know what? I believe that we just got a rule book clarification. It looks like there is going to be overtime hockey in Cheney, it sounds like.
That's how it should be. I tell you, that's exactly how it is. Leave it out on the ice. See who wins this game.
They're waving everybody back into their seats. There is going to be overtime hockey here in Cheney. Sadly, though, there was some fans that had already left.
Yeah, but if you notice right now, some fans are coming back in.
They are most certainly coming back in.
Somebody must have told them, hold it, don't go anywhere.
Let's see. It looks like we're going to have overtime hockey in Cheney. A little bit of a confusion. I know that the officials, at least one of them, this is a new level of hockey for them. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt tonight.
Yeah, that's no fault on the referees. I think there was just a clarification on the rules that they were trying to understand. And they got it right. This is how it should be. At least, let's go into overtime, see how it plays out. But I'm impressed with the fans. I mean, they were ecstatic when they saw the players come back on the ice and knew that they were going to be an overtime game.
Yeah, and there is some fans that are still trickling out because Montana Tech still isn't back on the ice. Their chute door is closed.
Now they're back in dialogue. The coaches over there from Montana Tech trying to get clarification on this.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out why. I think they're going to have to break out the ACHA rule book. But I remember digging through it last season when there was an overtime game for the Eagles against the Western Washington University Vikings, trying to figure out what was going on in overtime because it was marked as a tie online, but it went to a shootout. And after looking through everything, right now you see out there
Bowen just went back into his net.
And you see right out there in front of the scorer's box, you've got club sports coordinator for the university, Travis Allen. He's out there trying to make sure everything runs as it were. Last year, he was the director of hockey operations for this club, so he knows the ACHA rule book probably as well as anybody in the building.
Is he still the commissioner of the league?
He is still the commissioner of the NPHC. So at that point, you definitely hope. That he knew what was going on. It looked like after they said no overtime, they called him out there to get some clarification. We've got Riley Roberts, the ice manager, Jamie Gwynn, the URC building manager, all three officials, the coach for Eastern Washington, everybody out there trying to figure out what's going on and make sure that we are doing the right thing. They're giving them a 3-minute intermission because Montana Tech actually went back to their locker room. The coach went back there to tell everybody, throw your stuff back on.
Yeah, because they haven't come out yet either, so it's been interesting, but no, that's how it should be. Let's play in overtime. Let's see what happens.
Yes, and even after the first overtime, if then it ends in a tie, then so be it. But to end after a tie in regulation, that's different. We'll see here. And one thing of note, the Diggers finally, for the first time all game, actually pulled ahead in the shot total, 40-39.
But again, it goes back because they had a little bit of lead in the first period. And it's just back and forth. That's how evenly they're matched. And that's why I'm glad they're going to do it in overtime, because I really want to see an overtime finish right now.
Oh, for sure. And really, it's one way or the other. It really doesn't matter. I mean, of course, Eastern Washington wants this win, but at this point, they're going to get a point one way or the other. And I see the shoot door for Montana Tech opening up here. The coach is coming back out. Let's see what his conversation is with the club sports coordinator. And they're going to say, here come the Orediggers back out onto the ice. The fans here in Cheney are going to get loud. They want to see their boys take home the overtime victory.
And you're right, it's one of those games, Tyler, that's going to be a shame who loses. But again, on the other hand, that's the only way to end this game right now. Is if it ends up in a tie, okay, so be it. But they gave it at least an extra little.
Well, and especially the season opener.
Yeah.
You definitely want to see a winner there. Bowen back in net for the Eagles. I would assume that Lucas is going to be back in net for the Diggers, and he's going to skate back out here. And they're actually going to flip sides here for this overtime period. 5 minutes. I believe it's 4-on-4 hockey. So not a place that the Eagles have thrived so far tonight with just 4 men on the ice.
But hopefully they pick up what they did on the last penalty kill. The last two, actually, in fact. They stayed at home, stayed in their position, and the Orediggers couldn't come up with anything. So it'll be interesting, but I'm glad to see that they're going to do this.
So it's going to be Doug Abbott Jr., Connor Frock, Baron Culver, and Ralph Thrall. The names we've been saying all night on the ice for the Orediggers. For the Eagles, it's Zakrajcek, Purley, Boring, and Ouellette. The Eagles winning the face-off. Purley has it. He's going to play it off the wall. Try and go around Culver, but can't. Zakrajcek with it, tries to feed it back. And now picking it up in the middle of the zone is Frock. He's going to feed it down behind the net. Picking it up is Boring. Boring behind his own goal. He's going to feed it back behind the cage to Zakrajcek. Now back up to Boring. Boring's got Minderman on the near side. Zakrajcek following. Boring winds up, takes a shot, deflected wide of the net. And now Zakrajcek using his body to keep the puck in the attacking end. Ouellette now with it. He can't turn around. He saw Boring out front, but couldn't get the puck to him. And now Frock with it on the far side. Bringing it up now is Thrall through the neutral zone across the Eagles line. He's going to try and take it all the way himself, and now Purley has it. Purley, a towering dump all the way back to the Orediggers line, and now picking it up is Young. Young, a nice soft touch to Abbott. Abbott fires a shot, and Bowen again with a nice kick save. Back into the neutral zone. Picking it up is Ouellette. Trailing is Zakrajcek. Zakrajcek's got Ouellette on the far side. Zakrajcek over to Ouellette, and Ouellette just can't handle it. He was a step too far forward, and now here comes a chance for the Orediggers. Campbell on the far side. Abbott has it now. Campbell in the middle. Abbott fires a shot, and Bowen doing his best just to hold on to that with 3:46 left in this overtime period.
But the impressiveness of both teams, I mean, they have played extremely hard. They've hit, they used the body,
And just watching this overtime for the last 2 minutes, they're not stopping to play. They're going for it.
No,
right
this
now.
is their style of play, and they're going to keep at it. We talked about it throughout the third period that is conditioning going to be a factor, and this is the time that it would be. Bowen doing a good job of poking that away from Brady Young. A shot and a good save by Jake Bowen. A good shot by Brett Campbell. But Bowen there, that is the confidence that he needed, and you can see him. He is very amped up after that save. 3:32 to go here in this third period.
That was without a doubt
And
the
that was
best
the
play
biggest.
tonight.
And that was the biggest.
Point-blank shot, and he held his ground. Excellent job of tracking that puck.
A couple of Eagles late to the party, including the face-off man, Browning. He's going to square off against Blasek. Browning wins it. Stevenson along the wall. He's just going to try and get it up and out of the zone. He can't. It goes all the way back down to Blasek behind the net.
A good poke there.
A good poke there by Boring, and now it's a one-on-one with Shaw and Blasek across to Stevenson. Stevenson, a good shot just off of the shoulder of Lucas.
Both teams are not skipping a beat right now, even in overtime. They're definitely both.
Here comes Browning. He makes one man. Here comes Browning. He makes one man miss. Can't get to it before Tyler Stremka. A good job by Purley to pick it up. Good job by Purley to pick it up, set it down, get it to Browning. Browning back to Purley. Purley going to fire a shot out front, tipped by Shaw, but right down into the goaltender Lucas. And that's going to be an icing call as it heads down the other end of the ice. 2:42 to go here in overtime in Cheney. And I know we keep saying it, but what a game this has been.
Outstanding. Simply outstanding. It looked like Lucas got a little sting on that one. He's been shaking it off in the net right there, because that was, again, another point-blank shot, and I think it caught him off guard. But, boy, both teams are just giving everything they have right now. I think we got a timeout right now, which is a good call by whoever made that. Give them a little rest. But the overtime, both teams don't want to lose this right now, Tyler. That's what it is. They're just giving everything they have, and you can see it. The play hasn't went down. They're just playing at a very high level.
It's 2:42 left in this third period. The Eagles pulling back ahead in that shot total, 44-42. If we look back at the goal scorers, it started off by Nick Warman of Montana Tech scoring a power play goal early, but then Morgan Ouellette and Brendan Stevenson for the Eagles, they made it 2-1. Nolan Stremcha. He brought it back to 2-2. Purley scored on the power play for the Eagles, and we'll get back to that here in just a moment. But now on the far side, picking it up is Thrall. He puts it right through the crease, but a little too far out. Here comes Abbott. Abbott thinks about the shot, decides better of it, looks to get a little closer. Bowen there again with the leg pads. Purley looking to hold on to it. His stick is stuck in the skates of Abbott, but able to use his skates to kick it away. Abbott comes away with it, and now with it is Frock. Frock circles back around. Heavy pressure from Zakrajcek, backhands it all the way into the far corner, and now with it is Tripke. Tripke down low. That's going to go behind the net. Purley slows it down. He tries to get it ahead to his own man, but can't. Now he finally gets it up to Zakrajcek, who has a man streaking on the far side. That's Boring. He gets it to Boring right on the tape. Boring mishandles it just a little bit, just enough to give Tripke a chance to get involved with 1:45 remaining in this overtime period. Doug Abbott Jr., the captain of the Orediggers, brings it through the neutral zone across the Eagles line, plays with him for a second. He's got a man behind him, and Thrall decides to go back behind the net. Jeff's with it now. Jeffs loses it. Back to Thrall all the way back to Abbott with 1.5 minutes to go here. Abbott fires a shot. A couple of men out front. Ouellette now back to Zakrajcek. Zakrajcek and Abbott. You can see both men with tired legs. Zakrajcek heavy forecheck pressure all the way up into the neutral zone of the Eagles. Caught off guard there. The Orediggers able to get behind him, and had Campbell had just one more step, that one would have been in the back of the net. Campbell now, he feeds it across. Smith is out there. Smith, he's able to get away with it. He feeds it ahead to Stevenson. Stevenson now, he's got Ouellette. He fires it, and what a save by Max Lucas, the man from Kennewick.
Excellent glove hand on that one. He just sniped that out of the air. Excellent play. I can't say enough about these two teams, how much they have battled throughout this whole time. And they're still going. They're hitting each other. They're skating hard.
good call by Eastern. I think they just called a timeout. I mean, this has been just outstanding, and I hate to keep saying it, but that's the best.
This has been a very, very incredible game, especially as the season opener. I mean, we've said it already. This is a January, February, March style game that we're seeing so far.
And I don't think this is the big rivalry, as far as I know, like Western when Eastern plays with them. So I can't say, okay, it's a big rivalry game because I don't know if it is. But right now it's going to be for the rest of this year if they play again like this tomorrow night.
Oh, absolutely. 55.9 seconds remaining in this overtime period. And getting back to that scoring sheet, Zakrajcek put the Eagles up 4-3 in the third period. Or I'm sorry, in the second period. They took that into the second intermission. The only goal in the third period was Thrall again on the power play. And the Diggers, all 4 of their goals coming with that man advantage. And we'll have a face-off in the Orediggers' end. 55.9 seconds to go. That one won by the Eagles. Back to Boring. Boring winds up a shot deflected right out in front. The Eagles looking to recover quickly. As here come the Diggers. Blasek with it along the near side. And Purley looking to use the body. A good save there, but dangerous by Boring. Here comes Zakrajcek along the far side. He's got Smith in the middle. Zakrajcek makes one man miss, gets it out front to Smith, and another incredible glove save by Max Lucas.
Lucas is playing on top of his head right now. I mean, that guy, his glove hand is extremely quick. He's got great reflexes with it, too. But, I mean, you were talking about how the shots on goal shifted to the Orediggers. Now Eastern's ahead, 46-43. This is how this game's went, back and forth. It's just incredible how evenly matched they are.
Yeah, these two teams, this game has been something else tonight, especially to open up the season. The Orediggers winning that face-off. 30 seconds left in this overtime period. Here comes Connor Frock. He gives it ahead to Thrall. Frock with it now. He fires it on net. Thrall looking to tip it in, but can't. Thrall knocked off the puck. No, he still has it. Now all the way back up to Abbott. Abbott at the blue line. He's going to feed it near side to Culver. Culver skates it in, feeds it across. And now here comes Zakrajcek. He can't get to it. A shot by Abbott wide of the net. 5 seconds left. One more shot on net for the Orediggers, and that's going to do it here in this overtime period. We'll see what the next step is. And Purley almost catching a two-hand stick slam from Doug Abbott, as Abbott just showing his frustration. Almost double-handed his stick into the ice, and Purley skating right in front of him.
Great game. That's all I can think of. It's a great game. Now I think it is over.
And I believe this is officially the end of the game. We can't say for sure, as you just saw here a moment ago. But the ACHA, they let you play one overtime period, and then they send it to the showers. And that looks like what's going to happen here. We cannot thank you enough for joining us tonight on YouTube. All of our games going to be broadcast this way live on the Eastern Washington Hockey channel on YouTube. Be sure to share it on your Facebook, share your friends, and a special thanks to Barrel House Pub and Pizza. They are the official post-game headquarters for your Eagles. Be sure to join your Eagles for a post-game party after every single home game. Plus, if you bring your ticket, you get 10 cents off your bill just for showing that ticket stub. One more reason to get down here and check out these guys in person. If you can, get down here tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, $5 to get in the door. Tomorrow night's game, Gary, is going to be one for the books, I can already tell.
You got to come and watch these two teams again. If you're anywhere near Cheney, that $5 investment is well worth it. This has been extremely entertaining the whole time. Incredible.
And heck, if you can't make it down here, we'll be here tomorrow night right here on this YouTube channel. Head on down over to EWU Men's ACHA Hockey Club on Facebook. If you haven't liked it already, go ahead and do that. But we are going to be live with the player of the game for the Eastern Washington Eagles coming up in just minutes over there on that Facebook page. For our cameraman, Joe Pumphrey, and my color guy, Gary Allen, I'm Tyler Pisani saying good night and go Eags. We'll see you tomorrow.